Hey there folks, Wrel here. We are going to be playing a little bit of RoboCraft. Here's my RoboCraft. Well, that's one of them. It flies terribly. We're going to make a completely new one. So, RoboCraft, what it is a, think of Minecraft versus... This one doesn't work so well either. Trust me, trust me. Well, I took all the propulsion off. But anyway, it is a mix of World of Tanks and Minecraft. Well, not... Really, you can't really say that, but it's basically everybody gets to build their own machine, and then they get to attack each other, and all these little bits and pieces can be blown off. So, very, very important real physics, I guess, or maybe as real as they can be. I'm actually going to show you a let's run through once. Let's start a game once, and we'll use my tower bot here, and I'll show you just what we're talking about. Let me load it up. So this is my my amazing tower bot. It's a tier 1 robot, and basically to up the tiers, you just you add more expensive parts, but you can't necessarily add more parts because there's a certain amount of like computer limit. Oh, I'm barely tier 2. Well, that's good because if you play with the tier 2 bot, you earn tier 2 parts. If you play with the tier 1 bot, you earn tier 1 parts, and I'll show you a little bit of that later. But this is my bot. It's pretty, oh no, it's pretty simple. So there, I got wheels, some of them steer, some of them are just, they do not, some of them I have the back weighted down, and this is my tower, so I can actually zoom in, but my driver's like on the ground floor, so you can't see anything. And he has a bunch of artillery. So, which is, it's probably one of the most rigged weapons in this game right now. Look at that guy! This is what happens. This is what happens when you don't build correctly. Actually, the first time I played this game, and I played this till like 2 o'clock in the morning when I started it up, and it was just amazingly fun and very, very challenging. So the first time I made a robot, it was completely and utterly, it was so unbalanced, and it was like a breakdancing, like I would hit the thrusters and it would just spin violently in the air, and I killed 3 people. I killed 3 people with this just maelstrom of lasers, and my back is really exposed here. I got kind of weak parts. I front-loaded the defense, and I'm getting hit in the back by the people who are in a very elevated position. So my actually, yeah. So you can see that one of my wheels is gone. This is not a really great position to be in, but yeah, so I ended up killing 3 people, and I was like hovering barely above the ground, and it was just spinning wildly. This little machine that was like the front of it lifted it up, but it still had wheels on it, and it was just like breakdancing death machine. Let's see if we can put some damage on him. So we're kind of in a bad position right now. Yep, and there goes the top part of my tower, so now I'm just a little thing. And this is, oh, I don't have any weapons left. Oh, there's that. No! Okay, so that's RoboCraft. I could probably do a better job next time. But, so we're actually going to spectate some of these guys. And these, you can bail at any time. You have, like this poor guy, he used to be a big robot, now he's got 15% health left, which just means that a lot of the parts were blown up, and it's just him, a little baby thing. Little baby thing with, it's got nothing. And another guy. And it's funny because you see all these people. This is actually one of the starter robots, very, very solid, good to use. But you get all these battles, like you'd enter a match, and then some people would just start flailing wildly in the air. They wouldn't be able to drive anywhere. It's just so immediately you can count a certain amount of your teammates out. We're actually, I don't know, we're losing this one. At the top, there's a bar, and on the left-hand side, that means our base is being taken, and on the right-hand side, that means the enemy base is being taken. But we don't actually have anybody here on the red, so we're not, yeah, we're losing. But really, really cool little thing. We're actually going to let's build a bot. Why not? Because, yeah, I actually don't, all my bots are, yeah, and this actually costs you, certs too, but you always come out with more than you spend. At least I have every single time so far. So that I swear this thing works better sometimes. I need a better position where I can abuse the tower, the little height advantage that I got going here, and not sit out in the open. But we're gonna make a completely new one. Let's go tear down. Man, I really wanted this wheel. There's no propulsion on it right now, and I just don't have enough parts to complete it. Is the big thing. But I wanted to make it just this ball with rockets and thrusters, and it would just like roll around the battlefield. What sucks though is that you don't have there's no collision damage. So when you run into something, it doesn't do anything. You just kind of bounce right off of them. And hopefully that's something that they'll add later on, because I think that it could make like a huge market for melee weapons. And yeah, it would just be fun. It would just be fun. And this game is free to play, so everybody knows. You can buy stuff. You buy in-game currency. This is okay. Yeah, he's way up here. It's kind of a flying one. I think that one actually works half well, but we're not going to sell it because you actually get less of your money back. We're going to load it up, and then we're going to disassemble it all. And this is kind of annoying. There should be I think you should be able to just sell straight across for the same price that you bought things for, because otherwise you just do this, you know, and it's basically the same thing, except it's just an inconvenience to the player. It takes a little bit longer. So, because right now I'm not selling these things, I'm disabling, or I'm just taking them off, disassembling it basically. All right, there we go. So we got our. Let's start with the platform. Let's make it nice and symmetrical. I could do a really boring little thing with wheels and solid, but I don't like. My favorite part about this game is that you can do whatever you want, and that's what I'm gonna do, because this game would not be nearly as fun if you had to follow some stringent rule. And it's not to say that there isn't. I've actually seen the best combination that I've seen was it was a little blimp, about like just a little blimpy inner tube thing, and had a whole bunch of cannons on it, and it just hovered around the battlefield. Very, very balanced. You can tell that the guy really knew what he was doing when he put it together, and it was just amazingly difficult to hit. And it wasn't like flying in the air, even though their air units in this game they're super nasty, because they're really, really hard to hit with most weapons in the game. And I mean, but once you do hit them, then you can easily take off. Oops, that's crooked. A lot of what gives them their flight. So let's see, what are we gonna do? Let's make half hover, half not so much. How about that? Yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. Make it nice and symmetrical. And you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. But I think we're gonna keep this one kind of symmetrical so that I don't waste too much time trying to figure it out, because it is a huge trial and error game, and a lot of that actually comes from the interface. So that's one of the problems, is that what do I press? B? No! Pilot seat. Q. One of the problems with this game is that those aren't connected. That's fine. I'll fix that. Is that you don't have. Let's see. Let's put on some heavier stuff to counterweight it. Make sure we don't go flying too far. All right. So the different blocks makes me want to. Okay, I have to go buy more of those if I want to use them. I'm not going to do that. I'm just gonna take them off and put. Actually, I don't even need those. But one of the huge parts of what? Oh no. Okay, right. I gotta do this. Hold on. I'll fix it. Oh, you know what? I don't want to do that. I'll put in some corners, and that'll be more fun. I got a bunch of those things, so let's put in some corners. And that'll give us a little bit of structure here. This is a terrible robot, by the way. I mean, if you want it to be competitive, you're only gonna bulk it up. Like if somebody can take out a limb, which is just easy to do, it's gonna be easy to do because I'm gonna make this thing like a huge spider. Is that it's gonna make it very, very difficult for you to to kind of to move. You know what I should do? I should weigh down, really heavily weigh down the wheels. We're gonna put wheels on it, then we're gonna put let's put hover equipment on it elsewhere. Yeah, that'll be funny. That'll be mildly amusing. Let's do that. I got ideas, people. I got ideas. No, wait, we don't want to weigh these down. We'll weigh down the front, but I'll get to that. So, yeah, one of the things I was talking about is one of the main problems I see in this game is that there is no way to complete or to just instantly analyze the weight of your vehicle. So if I wanted to, like, unless I do this by memory, right? So light chassis cube has, if I hover over it, it'll tell me the mass is 5 kilograms and that the armor is 50 and whatever. And then over here, the mass is 15 kilograms, so 3 times as heavy, and the armor is also 50. So, so in order for me to balance my robot, like it's difficult for me to, unless I memorize all these values, it's difficult for me to kind of to keep things, make them make sense, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I just had an idea, but I don't think I'm going to execute on it. Okay, so let's put let's ramp this bad boy up. Let's put a couple blocks here. And this game is free to play, and you always get the default blocks, these white ones, for free. So there's no even question that you won't be able to build something, because you can always you can buy. It says buy, but you don't really buy more of them, seeing 0. We do need a bunch of these, so we're gonna buy a whole bunch. And you can make a really ugly looking robot for free, and that's always great. Hardware, you always get front-mounted SMGs for free, and then everything else you gotta pay for. Nothing wrong with that. And there's also a tech tree. Look at it here. Ooh, it's a little bit bigger than I remember. And right, so if I start playing the game, I play as a tier 1 robot, and when I play as a tier 1 robot, I unlock tier 1 parts. So you have on the left-hand side here these parts, and you can actually convert them for game currency. I actually don't know what the GC stands for. Hopefully that's, you know, whatever. But that's the in-game currency, and so I could bump them up to tier 2, or I can just equip enough parts that my tier 1 robot becomes at least barely a tier 2 robot. And then, ooh, this is neat too. What is this? They've done a lot of updating. I haven't played this game for a few weeks, and they've definitely cleaned things up a little bit. Added a lot more aerofoils, and okay, that's kind of cool. What is this? No way. That is awesome. Automatically activate when you're stuck or upside down. That is amazing. I will buy this. Yes. That is too cool. It solves a lot of problems, I guess, that players have with not being able to flip themselves back up. Okay, yeah, so let's check that out. Cube Depot. Okay, so after you unlock it with a tech tree, you actually have to buy them. So special, it's going to cost me 100 per. I will buy. Do you need more than one? I don't actually know what they do just yet, but I'll buy. So this is the in-game currency. I'm sorry, not the cash shop currency. That's the blue one over here, but the red or the green one is what you buy when, or just your normal points that you earn after each match. So that's cool. Let's see, what we're gonna do is let's put some wheels on the sucker. Wheel steering. Or I could just make the whole thing hover, but I actually want some wheels. Yeah, let's put some wheels on it. Might as well. I'm actually gonna make it hover as well. But let's start with some wheels, and then we'll do the funny stuff. Okay. See, I got a couple tier 2 blades, one tier 3. Let's put it. Yeah, let's put it right. We want to actually hide these things a little bit in these sides. Unfortunately, you can't stick things at an angle yet. Hopefully, that's a feature that'll come out at a later date. So I'll put one there. and one on the front, I guess. I don't even know. Because this isn't... Alright. Yeah, let's do that. So that was our basic platform, and we can... This is a terrible, terrible thing, by the way. I'm just kind of rushing through. But, ooh, let's see if we can buy some more top-mounted SMGs. Yes, tier 1s. Can't buy the tier 2s, are kind of expensive. But we can buy 5 of these things, so we're going to do that. What was I doing? Okay. Nope, I need inventory. Top-mounted SMGs. We got 8 of them. These things are they're nice and compact too. Very easy to attach because they don't have they don't take up a lot of room, and that's a great thing. So we could actually put some on make them face at the side. So as you can see, they all have a range of motion, and that'll kind of so if I'm facing forward, which this craft is not going to be so great at it because it doesn't have a whole lot of armor. Actually, we can add a bunch of armor. That'll be fine. But I'm actually going to want to stick some things on the side as well. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? I mean, why not, right? Okay, so normally what I was doing to keep myself on the ground when I have a hoverblade attached is to just take thrusters and kind of reverse them down. And we can do that. But it's not going to help us really move forward around the battlefield. So let's yeah, why not? Let's put some here to make sure we can keep ourselves down. And these are they're optional. Whether or not you want to activate them, you just hold. I believe it's shift or maybe something along those lines. But yeah. I don't know, this is going to be a terrible mess. I love it. Alright. Armor cubes, we got 13 of them. I would have to actually buy more, and I'm not going to do that. So let's create a bridge. Let's put... we don't want to put it right in front of our stuff, though. Let's actually, let's do like a scorpion hood. I'm just making stuff up. It makes sense, right? Okay, here we go. Boom. I'm gonna close our little thing, and we kind of got to it's a little close to the weapons, so we got to that's a little close to the chair. It's annoying. So we got to put this puppy up here. Actually, we can why not just move this one up here? Okay, and that's more fun. Okay, I like it. Yeah, I like where this is going. And then we want to... No, this is terrible. This is great and terrible. Let's put a block here. This out to the front. Oh, this is good. Okay. Now let's throw some glass on this thing. Now, at the moment, there's really no reason to use glass. It says that it gives you a window so that you can see out of a vehicle, but I haven't... It doesn't actually do anything. And it weighs just as much as your standard block, has just the same amount of armor. It just looks nice, because your vision is never obscured by what's going on. Oh. Even in first-person mode, like it does not obscure you at all. So you can completely encapsulate your driver, and there will be no problems at all. Okay, let's add some armor. Throw some armor on this bad boy. Yeah. Down the front. I don't have a whole lot of these things, so let's. Oh yeah, I'm out. Okay. This is terrible. Another thing that is really cool is you have these helium tanks, and they give you negative, or they give you lift. So That'll help counterbalance, you know, when you want to have a floaty sort of vehicle. We don't. We actually just want a little destruction machine with some cool points. There we go. How about that? Nope. Why not? Actually, yeah, let's do it. This. Give it some jagged teeth. How about that? Really intimidating looking. Terrible playing. Honestly, we should just take the thrusters off. We should just take the hover things off. But it is going to be so great if we can... if our wheels get shut off. Maybe. Maybe they will, maybe it won't. I don't know. We shall see. Another one here. This is way too much thruster. And what's funny is that I have this like compulsion to just throw parts on. And it's a terrible thing to do. Yeah, completely not intelligent, but it's fun. Alright, so thrusters, wheels, given the balance, I'm thinking there's a little top heavy. So we could... Actually gonna pull that one off the back. We got some thrusters on here. We're gonna add one more thruster. Let's add a tier 2 downward. I just want to make sure that... Am I still tier 1? Yes. I just want to make sure that I'm able to keep my rear end on the ground. So are these SMGs going to actually be able to shoot anything? Probably not. Maybe. Let's actually throw them. Let's change them up just a little bit. I don't like this one right here. I'm gonna put it right there instead. And I don't like that one right here. Put it right there instead. Yeah, you like that? You like that? These hover blades are gonna screw everything up. I'm telling you right now. Okay, let's find a battle. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Tier 1 robot. So many people. I like that you can see. And this is just one lobby. So one of the things that I find kind of interesting is that it will throw multiple or different tiered robots into the same game. Oh, I'm gonna fly. Hold on. It starts you out slightly elevated above the ground just so there's no collision issues, but am I flying? Yeah, I am. Okay. Alright. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, that feels good. Okay. So I'm gonna... If I hold shift, I got my downward thrusters, so I can still be on the ground. And here's my weapons. You like that? Oh, we got a whole bunch of guys going this direction. I should probably follow them. So there's no... Oh, no! Oh, yes! There's no reloads in this game. It's just... Well, there is actually... Plasma kind of recharges, but there's no limited ammo, so you can just hold down the button and that'll be amazing. But there's... What's kind of interesting is that there is a cone of fire, and... And if you hold down the button, it's kind of is difficult unless you close the gap, and that's fine. That's kind of cool. One of the things that needs to be worked on, though, is that your cone of fire will expand with the amount of weapons that you're firing. So it's not like the first weapon isn't going to become more or less accurate if you're fighting or if you're shooting the same one. It's just if you're shooting a lot of weapons, the whole cone of fire blooms. And so it's everything gets counted as one sort of weapon. Dun da 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 da. Dun, 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 run for your life. Dun, dun, dun. Oh no! Oh no. Alright, so I got one thruster. It's not really doing me any favors here. Maybe I can just hide behind cover. This is terrible. Terrible thing. Alright, go! They'll never catch you! They'll never catch you! I have no weapons either. Yeah, okay, there it is. Look at this guy, he's all hover. And this guy's all wheels, and that's normally how it goes. The hover wheel mix doesn't happen too often. because it's just so difficult. But this guy's got a nice little setup, nice and armored. Loads of weapons, loads of weapons. I actually want to see this guy fire. Team defeated because we did not play the objective. So you can get carried away. Actually, mostly, I don't want to say it's just me because I see it in every single game, but you can get carried away. People don't play the objectives. They just go kind of run around and die, and that's what we did. Let's see if I can... I want to actually replace... because these weren't actually doing a whole lot for me the last time. Let's... I really don't want to take off my hover blades because they're just so entertaining. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna play a little bit more safe this time around. And this is it. Last match. Gotta end on a win. So, RoboCraft. This is it's an independent game, or yeah, it's an indie game. I think it was recently greenlighted, maybe. Don't quote me on that, but it's really solid for what it is. I mean, there are some annoyances, but the game is just, you can play it and it goes, and it's that in itself is kind of impressive, given the state of, especially the state of Steam lately. It's they kind of, they'll just let whatever in, and yeah, you like this scaling this mountain without being a flying vehicle. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So hoverblades, if you want to create a flying vehicle, it's a very different experience. You need to be very light. And oh, my poor wheel, my bloody wheel. Do I still have some little bit juicier? Let's see if I can find him. So this guy's an air vehicle, and he's going to be super annoying. So I'm going to try to, if I can take him out, I'll be doing my team a huge favor. If you're really good... Oh, there's another air vehicle up there. This guy's kind of hurting right now. If you're really good, you can single out which parts... I think this is actually... I want to say it's hit scan. Well done, you've reached level 14! See if I can kill this guy, I'll get some bonus points, so I'm going to try to do that. Oh! Stay out of here. Get out of here. Boom, there it is. Okay. We're still... That guy's still in the air, and that's a major problem. But I want to... Let's see, taking a look at the map, we can kind of see... They got allies nearby, but they're not really in the best position. See if I can float on through. Kind of wonky. I have one wheel and a whole lot of hover. I can dig it. Okay. The best thing for me might just be to kind of fly around instead of trying to hold it to the ground. As long as I don't flip myself over, because I did forget to put the little flippy thingy on, but I'm not used to playing with it. I haven't really found it, or I didn't know that it existed. So it's kind of cool. I actually want to experiment with that later. I really want to put it on my, like 4 of them, on my ball of death, so that I can keep bouncing myself off the ground. Oh no! No, fly, hover slightly. No. Okay, fly away. You'll never. Oh. Oh, this guy. So these flying vehicles are very... They're a little bit difficult to make, or rather to balance. And if I were to like chop some of his ailerons off, he would just be floating around with nothing he can do. But the biggest trouble with air vehicles in this game is that you don't have the weaponry to take them out. I mean, you can, I guess, gear guns upwards, but they're just, unless you're using a like a particle cannon, or or like a railgun sort of thing, you don't really have the accuracy to take them down. And They, on the other hand, have all of this maneuverability. They have all of this, they have the vertical advantage, which means that I'm just, in this case, it would be that they can look down on you, and while you're looking up at them, you're at the mercy of everything else. So unless you have fighters with counter air vehicles built, it's very, very difficult to take out enemy air vehicles. And that's one of the really, really cool things, because it kind of creates a lot of depth for the game. Like there's still some things that are broken, like the plasma, which is what basically everybody uses, because they lob. They're actually a little bit pretty accurate given how much damage they do and their area of effect. But it creates depth in that you can create a sort of team composition. So if I want to create just a heavy, bulky little, armored up box, a little brick, then that's good. You can sit there and take some hits for your team. You can deal very, very well with ground units, but unless you have sort of maneuverability, you're going to be at the mercy of air, and that's where the air units come in. And I've seen it happen both ways so far. I've seen a lot of different makeups, and these are just random people, but the amount that you can do with vehicles in RoboCraft is just it's outstanding. It really, really is. It's just a lot of fun, and I don't feel wholly restricted by. I mean, there are limitations. I actually haven't. If you look at the top left-ish area, it says my CPU is almost maxed out, and so if I were to plop some more guns on, that'll go up pretty quick. If I were to plop some more movement things on, so if I add wheels or thrusters or whatever, it goes up pretty quick. So there's limitations involved, but if you can create very, very solid, very, very interesting creations. You can create creations. But that's it. RoboCraft, free to play, lots of fun. I suggest giving it a try if you haven't already. It's I think you can find it through Steam, but I am going to leave a link to RoboCraft in the video description. Thanks guys for hanging out. Let me know if you want to see more of this. We can just try different sorts of robots and then do a couple matches, and that'll be like our thing. But outside of that, look for more content on the way. Thanks very much, folks. Wrel signing off.